love lovers. Hi. Hello, everyone. Bonjour. We need to talk about 2025 and what's to be expected in terms of relationships, right? That's what we're all about. So we need to see how couples will be, going about during this year in terms of their love, in terms of their connections, communication, and all of that, right? So, I've taken quite a while to get into these types of predictions, right? Because I needed to put a lot of time into research before I could come out here. And I needed a lot of time to test it, with people, with real people, and not just use theories that are, that we get from books or from blogs or, or other, astrologers. So now I've tested it and I have lots of data, and I'm confident to start with these types of predictions. So basically, these predictions are going to be focusing on, on each composite ascendant, right? But for this particular video, it's just an introduction, and also to explain the global dynamics for the relationships in the coming year. And as the time goes, like in the couple of weeks to come, I will give you in detail for each composite ascendant of what is going to happen. And in terms of everything, literally, if there's going to be a breakup, if there's going to be a full-on commitment, that I'm going to tell you. The reason why I took a long time, obviously, besides the research, it's because I wanted to study. I wanted to study other people, like in what other astrologers say, because usually, astrologers, magazines, blogs, newspapers, they always have a section of love prediction, of relationship prediction, of this month, if you are a Gemini ascendant, this is gonna happen to you. Oh, you're gonna feel good. Oh, you're gonna find the love of your life. Oh, you're gonna meet a new person. Oh, you're gonna be so in love, right? And then if you are an Aries ascendant, oh, this month you're going to, have some arguments in your relationship, all of that, right? But then to me, I had to sit back and ask a question, but how does it work if I am a Gemini ascendant and you telling me I'm going to have the best time this month in terms of love, but my partner who is an Aries ascendant, or my husband who is a Libra ascendant, then you tell them that they're gonna have the worst time in their relationship, but the relationship is with me, but you just told me I'm gonna have the best time. So how does it work if then two people who are in a relationship are having these predictions that are contradicting each other? So to me, that was a red flag in terms of research, because remember, always I'm thinking from a research point of view, right? So of course, then that's when I started to dig in, with the research, with the testing, with doing, oh my gosh, lots of checking, of what was happening. And then I came up with this idea of actually it would work out best when it comes to predictions in terms of love, relationship, marriage, to focus those on composite ascendants, not on individual ascendant. Because if you are going to talk about a relationship is one person plus another person. So to get the real vibe is to look at how one person is relating to another person. And this is where we get the juice. That sounded so preachy. Anyway, so I'm going to be giving you guys the real juice, the real squeezed juice of what's gonna happen. But for now, let's get into the details. Looking at the overall dynamics of what's yet to come in 2025. Let's go. The juice. So another thing that we have to remember is that next year, my goodness, is going to be a lot of ooh la la. There are a lot of ups and downs that are going to be happening in people's relationships. The first reason is simple. There are going to be a lot of retrogrades in terms of planetary placements. A lot of planets are going to go retrograde throughout the year, and these retrogradations are going to put a lot of health, a lot of what you call it, a lot of stagnation in terms of relationships, a lot of rethinking, redoing, replanning, revisiting, going back to X, cutting new relationships, looking for new relationship. All of that is going to be happening and taking place because of all of these retrograding planets next year, 2025. So, for example, as we start the year, things are gonna be just a bit normal. I think there's gonna be Mars that is gonna go retrograde. However, the real deal is going to start around May, because in May we are going to have my Lord Pluto. Pluto is gonna go retrograde in May. We're gonna have Neptune also going retrograde in July. We're gonna have Saturn going retrograde in July. We're gonna have Uranus going retrograde in September. We're gonna have Chiron going retrograde also, around November. We're going to have Mercury, of course, Mercury is always going retrograde. Gonna have that around November as well. And I think in the beginning of the year as well. I just need to check again the date for that. We're going to have Jupiter for sure going retrograde around November as well. And so with all of these retrogradations, as you can see, these are critical planets in terms of relationships. So since they're gonna be doing all of this, and some planets are gonna be changing signs, like planets that are taking a long time in one sign, such as Lilith. They're going to change signs, because Lilith is going to change signs around October, right? And Jupiter is going to change signs as well around October. So another busy month when it comes to October. May busy month, October busy month, July busy month as well. So we're having a lot of planetary movements that are going to affect our relationships. So now when it comes to, a marriage, like people who are looking to get married, I see a lot of marriages or a lot of talk about marriage, a lot of engagements, fiancé, activities. I'm seeing a lot of communication, people wanting to connect, to commit to each other, and during May of 2025, and this is also going to come back again in September of 2025. At this time, the couples are going to be looking to be very serious, looking to get married. Some people are planning, feeling very connected to each other, to the point that they want to be, to make it official if they're not official. So these 2 months become very important for those activities. We're going to see a lot of that happening in May and in September, and we're going to have a lot of weddings for sure in May and in September. Or even if it's not the actual wedding, it's going to be plans of weddings. I'm sorry, there's like a helicopter over us, or I hope it's not making too much noise. But anyway, the communication at this time, May and September, is going to be very healing as well. There is going to be a lot of affection, a lot of compassion, and a lot of understanding between couples at this time. So this is a very, very good time if you are also looking for love, or you're looking to be understood in your love. Things would be a bit good at this time. Right, so now another thing that I wanted to talk about when it comes to 2025, the theme that I give 2025 in terms of relationships is literally confusion. Actually, I feel like I should have made a disclaimer, you guys, to say that I will be discussing also things that are not really, easy to talk about. So if you are very sensitive, please don't watch further. And if you can take the truth, let's go deep, right? So anyway, the theme is going to be confusion. The theme is going to be distance, where couples feel distant from each other, like the partners, they feel a bit of distance, creeping in their relationships, like where partners, it doesn't matter how long they've been together, they would be feeling like, there's this distance between me and my husband, there's this distance between me and my partner, there's this distance between me and my love, there's this distance between me and my significant other, or there's this distance between me and my crush. I mean, I thought this year could give us some go ahead, but then I feel like my crush is not even realizing that I exist. So there's going to be some confusion like this, right? But at the same time, the theme next year is going to give a lot of boost for couples that want to look into spirituality, for couples that want to take, spiritual trips, spiritual retreats. Oh my gosh, this is going to be the best time, the best year for that. So if you want in your couple to elevate yourselves, you guys, like spiritually, maybe join a church, maybe join a mosque, or go into the Buddhism route together. This is the best time, and it's going to be the best year also for starting activities such as yoga, meditation. You as a couple, it's always going to be best if you do it together as a couple, okay? Because it's going to be supported for this. However, if you and your partner are not into such things as spirituality and all of that, right, then you would have a tough time in 2025, because then that confusion, feeling like you are separated from your partner in one way or the other. And it could also be, work. Maybe one spouse is now all of a sudden changed, like their office, it changes to another region, to another city, and you don't get to see each other along, like most of the time during out the year, right? And you see each other here and there, you talk on the phone. Confusion also creeps in because of that, because, one partner is a bit distant, so a bit far. So we are seeing that vibe happening. So now when it comes to in terms of, ups and downs, like a relationship, like the timing for when we can expect, some ups and downs happening. Like we are expecting normal When I say normal, I mean like fighting here and there, loving each other here and there. So up and down, like, that up and down. So February is going to give that energy. We're going to have the same energy in March. We're going to have the same energy in April. And the last one is going to be seen in December. This is when the couples is like they fighting this week, and the next week they so lovey-dovey, like they've never fought, or they fight in the morning, and in the afternoon is like all gone. So we're seeing a lot of ups and downs in terms of emotions, in terms of physical or intimacy expressions, in terms of affection. So February, March, April, and December, we're just having ups and downs. Okay, so if these things happen, just know that they're quite normal. There's gonna be up and there's gonna be down. There's gonna be down and there's gonna be up. So don't lose hope, right? During February, March, April, and December. And of course, as I said, I'm going to put up for each composite chart their prediction, so that you guys can keep coming back to get some advice as well based on your composite ascendant, right? Now the months where we're expecting like a mostly good vibe, like a very good vibe, or a normal vibe, where there are less fights and more love, less fights. January is gonna be a good month, or an okay month. July is an okay month or good month. August, okay month, good month. All right. And as I said, with December can also lean towards being very good, even though there's gonna be some downs, but it's gonna lean towards being a very good month. Now there are 3 months that we need to be aware about. These months are gonna bring the very low of the low of the low in relationships. And remember, guys, this is like just an overall, a global, okay? It's not individualized. I'm going to be uploading individualized based on composite ascendant, as the time goes, right? But June, October, November, these 3 months, June, October, November, I am expecting, or we will be seeing a lot of breakups, a lot of breakups at this time, lots of divorces at this time, lots of talk about divorces at this time. So June, October, November, we're gonna be hearing a lot of, oh my gosh, so and so broke up. Oh my gosh, so and so are, they having a huge fight. Oh my gosh, so and so they studying divorce procedures. So we are hearing a lot of these. Oh my gosh, so and so they've decided to separate for a few months or whatever, right? So June, October, November, just see, like if it's happening to you at this time, just let the month pass and then you start again in the next month, okay? Because as I said, July is giving a good average. So again, if things fall apart in June, then in July you have again time to recuperate your love, right? Now, of course, I have to give warning in terms of conflicts that would lead to physical abuse, okay? Because I'm very passionate, about, voicing of, giving a voice, in protection of women, protection of children, not only because I'm a lawyer, but because I really believe in that. But anyway, anybody who's suffering, must be protected. And physical abuse in relationships is one of the most common, yet most of the most dangerous things that relationships experience. And, it's just something that I just hate seeing in relationships. But anyway, so when it comes to physical abuse, in February, March, April, June, November, December, So 6 months out of the year, we're going to hear a lot of, a lot about physical abuse, or, so and so hit so and so opened a case against their partner, or so and so pushed, their partner, or all of that, right? So of course the scale, it always, is not the same. It always changes. But February, March, April, June, November, December, these are the months where we could be reading about DV, like domestic violence and things like this, right, of this nature, right? Now, of course, many problems come from miscommunication. By miscommunication, it could be communication that is violent, communication that is deceptive, communication that is non-existent, communication that is abusive, all of those things, communication that is aggressive, right? So when it comes to communication, in February, there would be a very confusing communication between partners, where partners get so frustrated and feel some anger, and they could be exchanging some harsh words. Okay, in March there is the communication is deceptive in March. Okay, lots of deception, lots of deceptive communication happening in couples, and or they could be exaggerations, just simple exaggerations, such as one partner promises to do something and they don't do it, all right, and then it leads to a miscommunication in the relationship. So that's happening in March. And in April, we expecting some exaggeration again in terms of communication. We're expecting deceptive communication. We're expecting, just some hurting communication in April. So again, we're seeing that February, March, April, and June as well. June, is a communication that is going to be all about selfishness. Like one person wants to be on top of the other in terms of, views and decisions and all of that, right? So as I just said about physical abuse, February, March, April, June, it's all about also communication. So if we could find ways to communicate in a responsible manner with our partners, and then maybe we could limit the chances of the physical abuse coming through. And then I'm seeing again that around October, we're seeing some pride coming into communication, but at the same time, this could be a very good communications in terms of motivating each other. And however, at the same time, there will be truths that are going to be revealed at this time, all right? And then in November, very aggressive communication, very abusive communication. My goodness, just down, abusive. Lots of that I'm seeing happening in couples. And then the other months that I don't mention specifically is because these times would be good, these times would be nice, these times would be as relationships are supposed to be, positive, supportive, respectful, and just, taking care of each other, right? So now when it comes to the month, we're coming now down. I'm going to talk about each month now, okay? So in January, what's happening in January of 2025 is that there is still gonna be a lot of love, okay, that is going to be coming down from this year, right? So it's going to be coming over from 2025. I'm seeing lots of love. I'm seeing lots of passion, really passion, right? I'm seeing lots of rapid activities, lots of connection, lots of physical action, lots of understanding, affection. I want you, I want to commit to you, I see you as my husband, I see you as my wife, I see life with you, babe, I see a future together, I see us, doing stuff in the world, I see us having kids, I see us, doing all of this. So this is the vibe in January for lots of people. Okay, lots of couples are gonna be experiencing, good vibes, good just good vibes, comforting vibes, where everyone can dream of, being engaged, being in marriage, having a good, stable life, right? Lots of plans also being talked about, like people changing plans, dreaming, creating stuff. So basically January is a very, very good month for a whole lot of couples, for sure. And also it's gonna be intimate, which most of couples appreciate. So lots of that is also here, right? Now, when it comes to February, this is when things need to be cautioned. Like, this is where caution should be taken, right? Because in February, I'm seeing physical abuse. I'm seeing, some deception. I'm seeing people wanting to cheat all of a sudden, or people hiding what they're doing. I see people wanting or being curious about having a side chick or a side man or a side piece or a side cake, whatever. I'm seeing people trying to hide the truth, whatever truth, or maybe even if it's not like the cheatation, we're gonna use the word cheatation, right? As I said, cheatation is not really a word, it's a word that we came up with. But anyway, I'm seeing a lot of cheatation for those who are easily susceptible due to their chart. And when they go for the cheating, they won't be cheating because it's just fun to do it. No, they're gonna be looking for healing. They're gonna be feeling like, oh my gosh, I have this void that I feel like this third person can help me close, So they're gonna be cheating with a purpose of feeling loved or feeling appreciated or feeling healed. Right, so that's going to be the theme of February. And due to this is how, those arguments, like very harsh arguments, very abusive traits are going to come up, because one partner is going to want to control the situation and the other partner is going to be like, no, you can't control me. And because of the frustration, there could be some physical pushing or physical whatever, right? Which so February, guys, just be careful of how you do things, and the communication is also going to be lost, of course, at this time. So be very careful, be very mindful of February, right? Now, when it comes to March is another month that is going to be, continuing the theme of February, right? So in March, nothing changes much. We're just continuing from February right until, towards the end of March. So just take care for for February and March, right? Now, when it comes to April, in April, this is, a good month overall. Things are starting to look up. The conversation is starting to be vibrant, and all of that. But of course, there would be some ego clashes. But, who doesn't? All couples, right? They kind of like, each partner wants to feel like they're valued, right? That's a normal thing. So in April, things are starting to look good. A lot of people, they're feeling secured, and most couples are focused on securing the resources for the relationship, getting married still, all of that stuff. So the theme of the marriage is still continuing, here since January. So February, March fights, okay, but April things they start to look up again, right? And then in May we get to May. Then May, this is when now that marriage could happen. People are secured. The problems are resolved. If there were doubts, the doubts are kind of like like resolved at this time. So May is very good for a lot of couples for sure, right? Now when it comes to June, it's like in June something happens all of a sudden. All of that good feeling a lot of people were having in May, it disappears, okay, as soon as we come into June. Now we can see it's like sudden breakups, like we couples were not even expecting it. Suddenly one person doesn't want to be with the other. It's like, what just happened? But we were happy just last month. What are you talking about? We were discussing marriage. We were planning, and now you want to break up? What is going on? What is this? Right. So June is sudden breakups, sudden needs for divorces, sudden separations. Okay. So these sudden separations could also be of natural causes, like one partner passes away or they get sick and they have to be hospitalized. So we expecting those types of sudden separations. So it could feel like something, I don't know, like it could also be in terms of one partner suddenly they have to take care of someone in the family, and because of that you feel separated. But it's gonna be so sudden, things are gonna happen so suddenly in June, and it's gonna be a tough time for a lot of relationships. And that abuse again, I'm seeing again in June coming up. Lots of abuse, lots of ego clash, lots of words being spoken, emotions like wow, like you're like just destructive and disruptive emotions just being displayed, right? Physical push and pull being displayed. So June definitely a red month for sure. And now when it comes to July, I'm seeing passion, really passion. Like, so this passion, it's a passionate month, right? So it could be expressed as well in terms of, power struggles where one is passionately fighting for their positions within the relationship. So that's possible. But mostly for physically involved couples, like couples that like to do stuff physically, let's say maybe go to the gym, take a hike. This is a good month to do all of that, to be very physical. If you guys decide to do that, this could also be a month for healing through physical activities. So going out, going to the mountain, hiking, take your backpacks, put your water, take your water and take a walk, all of that could heal you at this time. In August becomes, a good month, but at the same time some arrogance could come in here. All right, so it could be like just like some bruising of emotions because of arrogance. However, this is a very good month for making love and just expressing that love and going out, dining, eating, restaurant, all of that. Oh my gosh, it's a good month for sure. Now when it comes to September, also beautiful month, continuing the vibe, the feeling from August, beautiful month. Again, we want to get married, we want to start a family, we meet new people. If we wanted to add some spice into the relationship, but more here it's like all about affection, yes, being romantic. like doing things romantically for each other, making each other feeling good, writing poetry for each other, singing songs for each other. Very, very supportive month for sure. September, mwah, beautiful month. Now when it comes to October gives again that sudden breakup. All of a sudden, we were having a good time. August was beautiful. September, beautiful. We did this. Oh my God, we're so in love. All of a sudden, poof. Oh, what happened? What happened, October? All of a sudden, there's this sudden separation. As I said again, it's not always breaking up. It could also be because of the life things, like someone has to go and take care of their family member, or someone has to go and travel to a work event or a networking event, and then we feel that sudden separation from our love, right? But at the same time, what we're seeing here is a possibility for lots of physical intimacy, happening, like physical intimacy. However, because of that separation, that sudden separation that is expected between partners, there could be some cheatation again. Okay, so October is introducing some cheatation, so lots of couples could be facing some infidelity, a third party, or rumors of a third party being involved for sure. Now when it comes to November is like a depressive month, really, when it comes to relationships, because what's happening here is that that abuse is gonna be experienced by a lot of people. Again, remember guys, physical abuse, it doesn't necessarily mean like hitting until one person is very bruised, but even pushing your partner, that's abuse. Okay, like pushing them, or pointing at them, and whatever, that is abusive. Okay, or even like banging doors on them, banging phones on them, that's physical abuse, you guys. So don't just think that physical abuse is like hitting on the body itself. No, even hitting things around the house, it is a physical abuse, because it makes the other partner afraid and scared for their life, right? So just bear in mind, November could introduce a lot of that, and of course also a lot of anger in communication. I'm seeing that in November, so take care on this month, and just find help if you are in need, right? December 2025. And December 2025, it's as I said, mostly good month, with a bit of downs. Okay, but it's mostly a good month, where partners, they feel like they want to do things for each other. They feel like they want to buy gifts for each other. Lots of physical attraction as well, intimacy as well, but at the same time with a bit of selfishness, in terms of one partner wants to have more, me, please me, so but December, very good month, very good vibes, and so that was December, right? So guys, that is the overall, like the global prediction for 2025. And as I said, I'm going to upload for each ascendant when it comes to the relationship. Composite ascendant, I must say this again and again, composite ascendant. So you guys are going to know what is going to happen in your relationships, and you can get help, prepare, find solutions to make sure that you keep your love in a good vibe, right? Right. So I'll see you in the next couple of videos for each composite ascendant. And for now, thanks for your time. Subscribe, do all the good things. Thank you for your time. And I'll chat to you soon, right? Happy into guys. Ciao, ciao.